have some other big major companies lined up as well in the pipeline, Bharat Petroleum being one. What are the expectations, Amit?
It's a very curious case with Bharat Petroleum. Now, Brent crude had crossed $90 to a barrel levels in April. It has come down to around 80 levels right now, which bodes well for BPCL and HPCL. And probably that is why revenues are expected to come in at 1,20,970, up 2.4% from 1,18,112 levels the same period last year. But sequentially, they are expected to go up by as much as 4.7%. The kicker comes when we look at net profits and EBITDA. Net profits year on year are expected to come down 15.5% to 5,474 crores. They stood at 6,477.74 crores the same quarter last year. EBITDA is expected to come down 3.5% to 9,146 crores. It stood at 9,478 crores. Sequentially, however, net profits are expected to jump by as much as 61%. So, Yash, what explains that?
I mean, I think that has, as you rightly pointed out, that has a lot to do with the crude oil prices, how they have moved rather sharply. Remember, just a few months back, in fact, 2 months back, before this tension between Iran and Israel broke out, Brent crude was hovering, it was sub $80. From there on, we got to about $90 a barrel. So I think that has got to do a lot with, a lot of these downstream companies, because remember, it's a big input cost from them, crude oil prices. From there, they make, refined products. So that if the input cost grows up, it compresses their profitability as well as margins. But we'll move on. Asian Paints is another one, and that also has crude oil price in the dynamics, right?
I have one more question on this. Do you see the stock coming back over 66% over the last 1 year, but down almost 1.5% today? BPCL.
That, of course, I mean, not to put out any forward-looking statements over here, but again, with these companies, a lot, it has to do with, how the crude oil prices react. Right now, we are seeing some bit of easing in Brent crude. We've got to about $92 a barrel on Brent, but have eased about $10 from there on. Also, whenever government thinks that these, the oil manufacturing companies are making excess profit, they come and increase the windfall tax. So that side of the equation, that, that's something you can't predict really, right? That's something that you can't put in your forecast. So what happens for the stock? Of course, that is there to see, but again, it has done phenomenally well. So maybe once you have made, those sort of profits, it would make sense to take some out of the table, especially considering the kind of environment that we are in, considering the number of binary events that are to follow over the next few months. So it would make sense if you have done well in the market in particular stocks to maybe take some off, at least the amount of capital invested, and let's, keep some on the table to drive that momentum.